show you something. So if you have curly hair, you guys know how I feel about hair and curly hair and the struggle of being a curly haired person. I'm gonna show you something that I recently discovered actually works, and I was a denier. This is a Denman brush. I've seen so many girls use this and talk about this, and I'm like,
that's stupid, it doesn't work.
I've tried it in the past, didn't really work, but recently I've been trying it and like, it kind of totally works. What I did, in case you have similar hair to mine, you might want to watch this. If you don't, you can skip ahead, but I use the JVN air dry cream. Sometimes I also put some other products in it as well. Today I put a little bit of mousse that I'm gonna hate, and it's gonna make my hair look crunchy. But anyway, so what I do is I kind of just like section off my hair a little bit, and you take a little piece. Now the reason I've always been like, this is stupid, is because it looks like it takes forever to do to your hair. And it does if you really like want to do every single strand of hair, but I'm not gonna do that today. You take the brush and you twist it, and then you kind of let it, you pull it down. Well, this is what I do at least. And then you twist it around the handle of the brush and you let it fall. And then you have like a perfect curl. This is if you already have curly hair. Like if you don't have curly hair, I don't think this would work. Maybe it would. But yeah, so I just do this on the parts of my hair that usually end up really frizzy. So like the under parts of my hair usually get really frizzy, and sometimes the top section. But this makes it so I don't have to like go over and curl more pieces after. Look. Like it literally works. Because if I just scrunch my hair, it's like frizzy and wavy, but this kind of like controls the curls more and helps them form their shape as my hair dries. Because I typically don't blow dry my hair or even use a diffuser. I usually just like let it air dry. So this helps get my curls to be curls instead of just like frizzy wavy moments. And so I just kind of like take chunks of my hair and do it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like a curling iron where you have to sit and wait and hold it there. It's like, and then you just roll it up. It doesn't have to be good. And then let it out and then scrunch. Like, hello? Well, I've done this before to my entire head because I've seen girls do that online, and then my hair dried kind of flat. Like it didn't dry as like full as it usually does. So I usually just do like the bottom and like a couple pieces on the top, and then just scrunch the rest and let it be like frizzy moments, you know? I mean, look at that. These curls, you just watch me do that. It took like 2 minutes, okay? So those curls compared to, if I just took this side, I'll just take the same amount of hair. If I just scrunch it, which is what I usually do, the difference between that and, I mean, maybe you can't tell a difference, but I feel like I can see a huge difference. There's like defined curls compared to like just kind of frizziness. I feel like I didn't show you a good tutorial of how to use it. So in case any of you get it, it was really frustrating for me to figure out at first, okay? I'm gonna show you what I do here, okay? You take a chunk of hair, and if you're thinking, well, if you're just twisting it around the end of this, can't you just do that with your finger? No, I've tried it. So you brush it out from the root all the way down, and then once you get down to the bottom, you start to twist. So see, there's like a little bit left in the brush, and I twist it not tight, loose, around the handle of the brush. So then it's like this. So you still have a little bit of hair in the brush, and then I untwist it like this. Doopy 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 doop. And then once it's out, you scrunch it. Then you have a curl. So I could be doing this completely wrong. I don't know, guys. It just works for me for some reason. If I were just to scrunch my hair, scrunch, scrunch, this is what it looks like. But if I use the Denman brush, dun 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 dun, then I scrunch it. See how now it's like a curl as opposed to just like frizzy balls? I'm enjoying it. I'm figuring it out. Oh, and the other tip is, after you're done doing this, after you've done as much of your hair as you want, if you do your whole head, good for you. If you just do some chunks like I'm doing, good for you. After you do that, then you scrunch. So after I'm done with this, I will flip my head upside down to give it some volume, because see how it's very flat on the top right now? That's not what we're going for. So I will flip my head upside down and I will scrunch. Some people use a diffuser. I feel like diffusers always make my hair very frizzy, so I don't use them very often unless I need my hair dry immediately. Flip my hair, and now I'm just gonna scrunch. You guys probably won't even be able to tell when my hair is dry. The difference, like it'll probably look the same to you. To me, I can tell a huge difference. Like I feel like there's so many more defined curls as opposed to just being a frizz ball mess. I'm into the Denman brush these days. Okay, everybody, hello. I am about to run a couple errands before my family comes over. Is that interesting information to tell you? Probably not. I don't know why I vlogged that. I do need to run a couple errands. I hate running errands. I hate going places. I feel like it just takes way too much time in the day, but I do have to run a couple errands, so I'm gonna go do that right now. Okay, it's much later. We are at this Festival of Lights Beauty, and we're about to meet up with my family, and I've got 2 gingerbread in here. Hey, Wesley, are you a gingerbread man? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love it so much, even though I've already been.
Look at that!
What? Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did you slip? Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
It's a wagon party.
I love it.
Wagons.
Can you hold
Froggy.
this, Mama?
Sure thing, chicken wing. Okay, Jake, what do you think so far?
It's pretty cool.
We just walked in. What do you think? Do you like it?
Wow.
What do you guys think? Pretty cool. Look at this Is it magical, Flynn?
So magical.
Magical. What do you guys think?
We're following the cousins.
I was just saying it feels like you're not supposed to
Feels
be
like
here at
you're
nighttime
breaking
because
the
like,
law.
look, here's the flamingos, guys, but you can't even see them because it's nighttime. Here's the flamingos.
Yeah, these flamingos lights broke.
Like,
We
oh
are
my gosh.
so illegal.
It feels illegal. It feels like we're not allowed to be here. It feels like I'm trespassing. It's like, I feel so sneaky. Wow, polar bears, Flynn, watch out. Watch out for the polar bears, Flynn. Watch out for the polar bear. Watch out. There's a polar bear literally right there. Do you see the polar bear?
Oh my gosh, there's a polar bear. Oh my gosh.
And we're gonna go Are you having so much fun? My little gingerbreads?
The lights are like everywhere.
It gets better, Parker. You're gonna freak out. It's so
Really?
good. Yeah.
It gets better?
Oh gosh, watch out for the snake above you, Flynn, there's a snake above you! It's gonna get you good! Watch out for the snake! Oh no, guys, there's another one! There's another snake, watch out! There's another snake, guys, watch out!
Oh my gosh.
This is my favorite part! You guys are about to see my favorite part!
OMG, it's so cute. I love it.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, another snake, watch out! Whoa, look at that.
Another one.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. So beautiful. I've been here before with my kiddos, but it's so fun to come with you guys and hear all of their reactions to everything. Like Luke is so excited and like freaking out. There's a really cute moment where he was like screaming elephant because he loves elephants. I didn't get my camera out in time to get the cuteness overload that was that, but Christopher got us up. Go watch their video, their vlog of this. He was just screaming elephant for like 10 minutes. He was I've never seen him so excited. It was the cutest thing ever.
This whole thing is
Isn't it
so
so cool?
Oh, it just got real dark, but it was really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. And this is my favorite part. What do you think?
So cool.
I know, isn't it awesome? What do you see, Wesley?
Wow.
Okay, here comes the fuse. Oh no. Oh no. Here it comes. Right in the noggin.
Here it comes.
It's coming. This is one of my favorite parts here, this elephant. Isn't that so pretty? Wesley's very overwhelmed. He's like, what's going on? This is so awesome. I'm having a very happy time. Daisy's saying hi to everyone we walk by and all the lights. It's very cute. Say hi. You saying hi? What are you excited about? Oh my god, why are you screaming it like that? Is that from something?
No.
Oh, you just like axolotls?
I like axolotls.
Okay. Oh no, we're going through the icicle tunnel, Flynn. Are you ready? Look at all of these amazing humans in one place. Way past bedtime for Maisie Joe. And for this one, and for this one.
Wait, look at my taco.
Taco.
So it's the ends, the crust,
Uh-huh.
and then I took off all the inside of the crust and then put a pineapple in it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I had so much fun with my family at the zoo. That was awesome. And now it's time to wrap Christmas presents. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm a little overwhelmed, but it's almost Christmas. Oh my god. Okay guys, it's It's 12:30 in the morning. Made cookies. Are we surprised? A bunch of the comments yesterday on my vlog were like, tell us more about your paranormal normal stuff. There's a lot. I can make a whole video on. I'm so excited for Christmas. Are you guys excited for Christmas? I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun. Okay, I ate my cookies. They were delicious. The elves are now playing with Band-Aids. Guys, what silly guys. I guess because I'm covered in Band-Aids right now, which is a story for another day. Maybe it's a story for tonight. I don't know. I'm covered in Band-Aids, so I was like, what if the silly elves got covered in Band-Aids too? So that's where the elves ended up, crazy enough. But I wanted to read some Tortilla Talk questions, so if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below, and I'm very excited to read them. I'm supposed to be uploading, as you're watching this, on Friday, December 23rd, a mukbang with Trisha on my main channel, so go check that out. After I had Flynn, we did one together. We talked about my birth story. Now that she's had a baby, we talked about her birth story and kind of mine too with the twins, and we just kind of talked literally for over an hour. So if you want to watch us eat and talk for over an hour, you can go watch that on my main channel. But leave a comment below about any questions you have for me that I can answer for you guys over the weekend. It obviously is going to now be the weekend, which is also Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading vlogs this weekend. I don't think so, but maybe I'll try to do like unedited vlogs or something like that for you guys during the holiday moments, but maybe I might just not. Maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, regardless, leave comments for Tortilla Talk for me down below. Thank you. And for Music said, I actually love the idea of the elf doing something helpful, because usually the elf is like kind of like just like sneaky little elf, or the family leaving an activity for the elf overnight to see what she does with it. I love that. So I think tomorrow I'm going to talk to Flynn and say like, what should we put out to see if the elf plays with it? Because I think he'll really like that, because he's not getting bored of it, but he's kind of like not as impressed anymore. Just like every night for 22 days or whatever it's been, the elf is doing something silly. I think like now he wakes up and he's excited to find it, and then he's kind of like, okay, and kind of moves on with his day. Whereas at the beginning it was like all he could talk about. So I love that idea. So thank you for that. And for Music said, leave the Play-Doh out for the elf for them to make something, leave some cookie dough out for the elf and ask him to bake something. What could make it silly is the elf getting dough everywhere or something, but it's not because it was bad, but because it was trying its best. I love this. Totally gonna do this tomorrow. Thank you so much for such a wonderful suggestion. Maddie Ray said, Tortilla Talk question, do you ever look at the twins and instantly remember Flynn as a baby? Meaning by the things the twins do they ever do things that take you right back to when Flynn was a baby? Oh my God, all the time. So all three of my kids are wildly different. By the way, oh God, I'm gonna get off track, but I want to say this, so maybe if I say this out loud right now, maybe I'll remember to come back to it. I rewatched a couple of vlogs before I filmed with Trish, because I wanted to like kind of get a little refresher of like my birth stories, because I've blocked a lot of that time from my mind. And so I went back and I was watching a couple clips, and there's a clip of me, or a video of me from when the babies were in the NICU, where I'm a mess. I am a complete disaster. I am not in a good mental state. I was a wreck. And reading the comments, there's a lot of sweet comments, but there are a lot of comments that were I don't know if I should talk about this now or later. Maybe I'll talk about it now. So it's this video where Maisie was in the hospital and Wesley was at home, and I was so frustrated and so tired and so depressed. I had a breaking point. I melted down. I completely fell apart, and I filmed it and I talked about it because I needed to talk about it. I wanted to get off my chest. I was hoping someone out there could give me advice, and a lot of people gave me great advice and helped me through it. But I rewatched that vlog, or just parts of it, the other day, and I was like, first of all, it took me right back to that moment. I was like instantly crying because I remember that feeling. It was like honestly the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. Being split between my 3-year-old son and my brand new newborn baby. When you have a brand new newborn baby, any mama out there is gonna know the feeling. A brand new baby that you just took home from the hospital. For me, and I know for a lot of moms that I know, you don't want to leave that baby's side. You need to be by that baby 24/7. And your motherly instinct is like, I am here to protect this baby. I need to be with this baby at all times. I have to feed it every single meal. I have to help him fall asleep. I have to help him do everything. I cannot leave this baby's side. It's brand new, just came out of my body. I have to protect this baby. So I had 2 of those, and then they were in the hospital connected to machines. And then one was able to come home. So then I'm home with this brand new baby, and I have all of those feelings, and I had to leave that baby at home with other people so I could go be with my other baby. I cannot explain to you the feeling. It was the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. It felt like my heart was being ripped out of my chest every single day. It was awful. And any twin mom who's had to go through that in the NICU, I think they're the only people in the world who would truly understand that pain of like having a brand new baby at home and having to leave your brand new baby at home to go to your other brand new baby at the hospital. So you're feeling guilty at the hospital because you're not with your baby at home. And then when you're at home with your new baby, you're feeling guilty you're not at the hospital with your other baby. It was unbelievably painful. It was awful. So anyway, I was going through that, and I was also very much diagnosed clinically depressed. I was postpartum, newly just had a C-section, like I was a mess. And so in this video, oh my God, I'm talking about this way too long. But anyway, in the video, I'm talking about how I was just falling apart. I was so frustrated. I just wanted my baby home. I wanted Maisie home. I wanted my family together. I'd already been in the hospital with Maisie for 6 weeks. I was done. I just wanted my baby home. And all the guilt and everything of like being away from my kids. And it was just, I've never been so low. And I melted down and I said, I don't understand. Everyone is saying she just needs to learn. She just needs to figure it out. It's just because she's a NICU baby, like preemies, they take a long time to learn how to eat, because Maisie just needed to learn how to eat from a bottle by herself. That's what she needed to do to come home. And she couldn't do it for a long time. So I was so angry, and I was just like, I don't understand. The excuse they're giving me why Maisie's not home is she's a preemie, but I don't accept that because Wesley's a preemie and he's home. So why isn't my baby home? And it was coming from a place of just depression and exhaustion and frustration. And I had some frustrating moments at the hospital at that point where there were people there, not the NICU nurses, they were lovely, but there were people there who dismissed me when I said that I felt like things needed to be looked at with Maisie. I kept saying I thought she had a tongue tie and that was not helpful for her to learn how to eat. I kept getting dismissed when I said that she was having breathing issues through her nose. Her like nasal passage was too small and she couldn't breathe through her nose properly. All these things would get dismissed. I was like kind of treated like, no, she's fine, stop. She's just a preemie, like please, she's just a preemie. Those things are not issues, trust us. And then around that time where I was having that meltdown, after 6 weeks of her being in the hospital, finally the doctor's like, oh, she does have a tongue tie. Oh, she is having a trouble breathing. We do need to like give her some saline solution in her nose before feeding time. So I was frustrated because I felt like my mommy instincts were being completely ignored and I felt stupid for bringing them up. And then later, anyway, so there was a lot that went into those emotions. Oh my God, I'm talking about this way too long. I'm so sorry. I'm getting to the point. In the comments of that video, I saw a lot of comments that were very helpful and sweet and kind. And then I saw a lot of comments that were like, basically, how dare you compare your babies to one another? They're different human beings. You cannot do that. Like, don't compare Wesley to Maisie. They are different people. When I read that, I was like, oh, that wasn't my intention at all. And I totally see how the way I was speaking made it seem like that's what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I was saying that like, I knew there were reasons why Maisie was still in the hospital that had more to do than just the fact that she was just a preemie. So I wanted them to look into these other things that I was bringing up, and they wouldn't. They just were like, she's just a preemie. And I was like, no, you can't say that because my other kid is just a preemie and he's at home. So I don't accept that answer. Let's figure out what else is going on here. Anyway, people were like, I remember reading a lot of comments the other night that were like, don't ever compare them. They're different human beings. And I'm their mom and I know more than anybody else that they are the most different they could, like my twins are literally opposites. Whenever it sounds like I'm like comparing them, it's not that I'm not comparing them. I'm just telling you their milestones, so to speak. And so anyway, I'm about to do that right now. That's why I gotta say all this, because my phone just did the thing. It's not turning on. Now it's turning on. Yesterday I showed you my phone is completely broken. I have a new phone. I just have to transfer all the data over. And everyone said, just push all the buttons at the same time. I do that, guys. Doesn't work. But luckily, at least it looks like it's starting to turn on. So that's good. Anyway, oh my God, this is so annoying. I'm so sorry if anyone made it this far in the video. So that question was like, do you ever notice something in the twins that reminds you of Flynn? So I just wanted to preface that I'm not comparing any of my kids. They're all polar opposites, so different, but things remind me of each other when I'm thinking or talking about them. And also with their milestones, like it's a big thing when you have kids to talk about their milestones as a baby. Oh, at 6 months, they're sitting up. At 9 months, they're crawling. At 12 months, they're walking, whatever it is. And I have 2 babies at the same time. And so I talk about like, oh, well, Wesley's already signing his this, and that. But Maisie is talking. And I'm not trying to compare them or say one is better or more advanced than the other. I'm just literally talking about their milestones, but there's 2 of them. So sometimes it sounds like I'm comparing them, but I'm not. In any way, shape, or form do I compare my children. They are all so freaking different. Comparing them makes no sense. It's literally like saying, compare this rock to a sparkly sequin dress. Like, it's like, why would you ever compare them? There's just literally nothing similar. Like, they're all so different. But there are things that the twins do that remind me of Flynn as a baby, and it takes me right back to those moments. One is Wesley kind of is starting to have his own little language. Now, Flynn did this big time. Flynn was like Dar Dar is car, Moo Moo is moose, Coco is cocoa. That's the only one that has stuck. Everything else went away. Nana was food, blah blah was water. I mean, the list goes on and on. There were so many things that like Flynn made up his own language. And Wesley says Bobo for baby, and it's so cute because Maisie says baby, or she says baby, and so I'll be like, say baby, she'll go baby, and then Wesley go Bobo. Like, he gets so excited. It's so cute. So whenever Wesley says Bobo, it like instantly brings me back to Flynn and how he made up his own language. Maisie sleeps like Flynn. So Maisie and Flynn both aren't good sleepers, and Wesley's my good little sleeper, but Maisie and Flynn have a harder time sleeping. And to any mamas out there, by the way, who have a hard time getting your kids to sleep, and you have little babies and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Literally nothing. Like, I have 2 babies, same exact age, that have been raised exactly the same, done everything exactly the same with them, bedtime routine, nighttime routine, beds, sheets, literally everything is exactly the same for these 2 babies, and they sleep oppositely, like completely opposite. Kids are just different. But the biggest thing that makes me think about Flynn as a baby when it comes to my twins is how opposite they are of him. Flynn was like a very, very cautious baby. And so there are things that the twins do that I'm like, oh my God, I never had to deal with this with Flynn. And that's what makes me think of Flynn more than like, oh, they did this and Flynn did this, or Wesley does this and Flynn did this, or Maisie did this and Flynn always did this. It's actually whatever's the opposite that makes me think of Flynn the most. Anything that is dangerous, like the twins are like, oh, I need to touch that. We have baby-proof this house as much as we can, considering the fact that we've just moved into it, but like they will find literally anything. They're like, oh, there's like an electrical socket on the wall. I'm gonna go to that as fast as I can. Oh, you open a door? I'm gonna crawl so fast you won't even see me as I fly out the door. Like, they're like totally nuts. Like, Flynn was not like that at all. They will pick something up and be like, oh, I'm gonna eat this, and put it in their mouth. Whereas Flynn, everything he picked up as a baby at their age, he'd pick it up, and if he wanted to eat it, he'd look at me for approval. Like, he would literally like pick something up and be like, look at me, and I knew he meant like, can I have this? And I go, it's okay, you can have it, or you can't, no, put that down. So Flynn was very, very cautious. The babies are not cautious. The babies are like, let's get into some trouble. So that's a big one. Literally every single day, the babies do something and I'm like, oh my God, Flynn never did this. I never had to deal with this with Flynn. This is a new thing to me. Wesley is a very picky eater, extremely picky. Now Flynn's a picky eater now, but he's like 4, and I feel like most 3-4-year-olds are like, it's hard to get them to eat kind of anything. But when he was a baby, first 2 years of his life, he would eat literally anything, and that's how Maisie is. But the fact that Maisie eats everything doesn't make me think, oh, Flynn was like that. What makes me think about Flynn is the fact that Wesley is so picky. Wesley will not eat anything except for the exact food that he has in his mind, and I have to figure it out because he doesn't speak English. So I have to figure out what food he's thinking of, but everything else, garbage. Won't touch it. And it's different every day. So some days he's like, peanut butter and jelly, garbage. And the next day it's the only thing he wants to eat. Some days he's like, oh, grilled cheese with avocado, my favorite food. And the next day he's like, throws it on the ground. Like, that is, I'm not touching that. That is poison. He is so picky. It is so hard to feed him. Whenever I try to feed him, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly the opposite of how Flynn was and how Maisie is. So like, that makes me think of Flynn as a baby way more often, the opposites, instead of like what's similar. Okay, I just talked your ear off for literally no reason. I'm sorry, that was so freaking boring. But yeah, I might upload vlogs this weekend that are just like non-edited or something. And then we'll have, you know, Christmas Day vlog on Monday or Tuesday or whenever I get that edited. It's probably gonna be a long one. So we'll see, between enjoying the holidays and, you know, I don't know. We'll see when vlogs come up. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, bye.